and welcome back. Teresa and I, we were in a coffee shop the other day and we were trying not to eavesdrop because we wouldn't want to do that, would we?
Oh, I think we would now, darling. We really would. And the conversation was interesting, wasn't it?
The two ladies we were listening to very discreetly were talking about how their moisturising regime, and obviously we have our own opinions. So they were arguing that one thought she was right and the other one thought she was right. So I said to Teresa, we've got to make a video on this.
We do. And the interesting thing is, believe it or not, they were both right, because there is more than one way to apply your moisturiser. However, what I find quite interesting is there is a school of thought, isn't there, that says you can put your moisturiser all over your face, your eyes, and right down the throat and the décolleté. Now, myself and Shilpa, we love a dedicated product, don't we?
Yes.
And why do we love a dedicated product?
Because they're designed specifically for those areas.
They are, darling. So, if you have dark circles under your eyes, a little bit of kojic is very, very good, kojic acid. If you have puffy eyes, a little bit of caffeine's really, really good. So there's lots of reasons why you would do that. And also, if you want to use retinol around the eyes, that needs to be formulated differently for the delicate eye area rather than the facial tissue. Because this area is very delicate, less oil glands, so we do like to treat that differently. Now, however, it depends on your age and what you're trying to achieve. So you don't 100% need to use specific products for each area.
I remember when I was about 17, I was working for a particular brand and they gave us this in-house training, and I still remember the method and the application, you know, the regime, and I've used it ever since. I've always used an eye cream and a serum and the whole range of products.
And I love a serum too, Shilpa, because you have the concentrated ingredient, don't you? So whatever you're trying to target, whether you need the vitamin C or the hyaluronic acid or the niacinamide or the retinol, you've got that in a concentrated form which can go straight onto the skin, let it absorb, and then your moisturiser. Now, neck creams is an interesting one, isn't it?
Yes, actually, I didn't learn about neck creams all those years ago. Yeah. Maybe it's more apparent, like more used now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, because you can use your facial moisturiser all the way down the throat, onto the décolleté. Now, for me, my moisturiser is high-end, so it's quite expensive. I don't want to waste that on my neck and décolleté. So I would rather use a throat cream, which generally comes in cheaper or less expensive than your high-end moisturiser. If you're not using a high-end moisturiser and you're using sort of mid-price one, then feel free to splash it all over.
But I'm very much a sucker for, if you say this product is for the eyes, this product's for the neck, I'll actually buy it, so I'll go for it.
Yeah, because
so there's no right or wrong though, is there?
Not really. It just depends on how much you want to spend and whether you believe it actually makes a difference. And also, a lot of it depends on your skin's needs and your age. So if you're, in your 20s or 30s, you probably don't have to go for those separate products. You can get away with a nice light moisturiser, mid-price range, and you can literally just use that all over. But I think...
Is it not best to start really early? I did just start using eye creams and...
yeah, so did I.
Yeah, very early.
But I really do think it does depend on your budget, and I personally wouldn't break the bank for a cream.
For your neck?
For my neck, my eyes, or my face. So I make a choice what I want to spend on my products, and that's what I spend. But I would never dream of asking anyone to, you have to spend this on a product. So go with your budget.
Personal, yeah.
And at the end of the day, as long as you're putting some moisturiser on, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I hate to think how many minutes a day I spend moisturising my face and my neck and my
How
body.
many minutes a day do you spend?
I do twice a day.
So
and
how
I
many
have 2
minutes?
showers a day, and I always moisturise. And I spend ages. I do my legs.
How long does it take you? Face and body. How long does it take you?
I don't know. I'd have to time myself. Maybe I'd say about 6-7 minutes on my body. Because I really do like massaging, and people always say, oh, your skin's so soft. And face, I spend a bit longer. I actually do, because especially as I've got a bit older, I spend longer and I do all the massage.
You do all the movements.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
But I feel guilty if I don't. I think, oh my God, I haven't put my moisturiser on. I need to go and do it.
Yeah. Well, okay.
How long should you spend?
Well, I think it's really, really personal.
It's up to you, isn't it?
I spend 0 on the body.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
And you know what I'm
terrible.
like.
She's
I'm
terrible.
terrible. I just think, God, I need to get the makeup on now. Once I've done the face, and it's like, oh, I forget about everything else.
Oh no, I've always
Terrible.
moisturised the body.
Do you?
Always.
Oh, you're very. That's why your skin's so soft, darling.
No, but I think it's very important, and that comes from my mother.
It's extremely important because really, from the scalp right down to your toes, it should all be moisturised.
I forgot about the scalp.
Yeah.
I spent a long time doing my scalp as
you've
well.
got to moisturise that. Basically, it literally is head to toe moisturising.
It's really worth it.
Yeah, it is.
It
is in the long run.
It's an investment.
It is, darling, in soft, beautiful, supple skin. Now, I'm going to tell you what I do. I personally like everything separate. So I'm going to run through everything separate because this is all about moisturisers, and I don't use the one product.
No, I don't either. So
I'm going to start off. So in the morning, you will have clean skin and it will be toned, or you can use our beautiful Avène. We love this Avène thermal water. Very, very easy just to spray onto the skin, because I think, and actually most people think, all the derms and beauty experts, your skin should really be damp before you start applying a product. Isn't that lovely? And you get all the benefits of that thermal water too. So I start with the eye. So it depends what's happening with my eyes, whether they're puffy or whatever I need. So I'm going to show you what I do.
Now, this caffeine cream is
this is lovely.
Amazing.
This is the Inkey list, the caffeine. If you just show that to the camera, that is lovely. It's a beautiful little product, and that is actually very inexpensive, and the texture is lovely. It's very light, isn't it? So ring finger, and I just literally dot that around the orbital bone, and then I will start massaging it.
And I do it that way. I go out and round.
Yeah.
Like that.
You can come like this. Now,
Gently,
again,
and it's always ring finger because that's the lightest, isn't it?
The lightest,
Yes.
yeah. So this is that you can't really hurt your eyes with your ring finger. Now, if it is a product that says in the instructions it can go on the eyelid, then you can bring it onto the eyelid, nice circular movements and around. Now, I think sometimes it's really, really nice to tell the eyes, wake up, wake up. So you do some nice tapotement, otherwise known as tapping.
That feels so nice.
And that is lovely because it not only pushes the product into the skin, it's sending a message to the brain. There's something going on here. Can we start increasing the circulation? Which for skincare is very, very important. Now, as we all know, sometimes our eyes get a little bit puffy, a little bit of fluid if we haven't slept enough or you've drank too much alcohol, etc.
Not us though.
But not us, we don't drink a lot of alcohol. So what you can do is you can move that lymph around and get rid of the puffiness.
I started off with dry January, then I went on to damp January. I just gave up.
You gave up
then. Waterfall.
Yeah, dry and damp. And now it's a waterfall. I love it. So to go with your waterfall, you can actually start moving that lymph around. So you can Yeah, you
but
can.
underneath.
Yeah, but
slightly
under.
underneath.
So you're coming under, and you can
don't do that.
press gently and move it, because of course you have your lymph nodes here, and we want to move all that towards the lymph nodes.
Did you go up and round and then down?
Yeah, what I do, well, there's loads of different ways of doing this, but in another video I'm going to talk you through it step by step, how to really get the eyes open and alert.
Lovely, yes.
Oh, it's super treatment. So, but right now, because really we're talking about moisturising today,
yes.
but we do need to moisturise the eye. So I just sort of come around, I just tap, 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 and then sometimes I sweep down. And here it's wonderful if you can just lift.
Oh, that's a lovely feeling.
And press.
I do that.
And lift and press and come down. So then that's your eye cream worked in. So that's all in now. And what you can do is you can do this. I love this one, where you just press in.
I love
see that there? You're pressing in. Oh, and then you release.
Lovely, isn't it?
That is so lovely.
And you can get those cool applicators.
You can get the cold globes, you can get the cold cloths. I mean,
we'll
do that in the next
another
video. We will.
Yes.
So then after that, while my skin is still damp, because I've just sprayed it with thermal water, or you can use tap water, I get my serum. So a couple of pumps of serum. Now, people have different ways of doing this. Some people like to go and just press in to the skin.
I don't press in. You know how tight I am with my products. I would not. I pop a bit on and then
dot it.
Dot it around.
You can dot it, and then you
massage
can
it.
sweep.
Yeah.
You can do all your sweeping. All depends. Some people just like to press.
But there's no right
press.
or wrong. Is
There isn't. It really does depend on what makes you feel comfortable, because you have to feel happy about doing this, because you will be doing it every morning and every night, please God. So we can sweep and we can press. Now comes the lovely thing, our moisturiser.
Oh, I love that.
And this, you can have an awful lot of fun with moisturiser.
But that's once the serum's absorbed into your
Now,
hair.
feel my skin, it's absorbed already.
Wow.
Because as you all know by now, I'm bone dry skin. So I use quite a lot of moisturiser.
Oh my goodness.
That is probably too much for the average person, but my skin, trust me, is going to drink this in. Check that texture, isn't that
that's
lovely?
Yes.
So this is a really nice one to work with. So you can dot.
I dot.
Dot, dot, dot. Pop that on, pop it around. Then I get a little bit cheeky. I kind of come under here too.
Yeah, me too.
Now, what I have noticed with doing facials is a lot of my clients who have fringes interested. It's always the fringe ladies. When I'm doing the facial and I'm testing their hydration and oil levels, this bit is always dry. And I say to them, your forehead on the top third is absolutely bone dry. Then we discover they don't like putting the moisturiser there or the serum there because they think it's going to ruin their hair because it will get all greasy. The trick is just use an Alice band, tie your hair back, because it's so important to work your moisturiser up around the hairline.
I just go for it. I go all the way up
Yeah,
there.
and just tie your hair
Usually
back.
my hair's up and then I do just, I literally do that and it doesn't bother me with. But interesting enough, recently I've realised that lots of people's skin is very, very dry. I don't know if it's anything to do with the COVID situation or...
I think a lot of it has got to do with the COVID.
But when
and
I put a colour on
heating.
and I use the skin barrier, they still stain, and I don't know why that's happening, but it's happening.
Because the skin is going to absorb anything wet it can get its hands on, basically.
Yeah.
And the colour, of course, it's mixed up and it's wet, and the skin's going, oh yeah,
so
there's
dry.
liquid available.
And maybe because they're not moisturising, and then whatever I'm putting on is not enough.
Yeah, a lot of women don't moisturise up to the hairline, and it really is imperative. Now, when you're doing your moisturiser, generally it's nice upward movements, up, because we have our lymph nodes here, So we want to work that into the lymph nodes. Now, your skin is a lot tougher than you think. So, you know, you can actually exert pressure because the skin loves to be massaged. So work that in around the hairline,
Yeah,
make
really
sure it goes
that.
in.
Yeah, and get the blood circulation
and just get it going. So important. And don't forget the nose, and around this area, the lip line, all around here, and just really work that in.
It's really
so
worth
nice.
spending those extra few minutes.
A few minutes just doing that.
Yeah.
It's so lovely. Work
I do it until I'm kind of red.
Yeah.
I'm blushing.
And you can use some stronger movements just to wake your skin up, get that circulation going. Now, one interesting thing, and most women forget about it, moisturize your ears. So when you're coming up, bring your fingers around and do the back. The skin at the back needs to be moisturized, and moisturize your ears.
I mean, really, we should, if we've been for facials, and like Teresa does that, I love that feeling, so I should remember to do that.
I always moisturize my clients' ears.
Yeah.
I come up in the ears, I massage them, moisturize them. I do the back of their ears all the way around.
I want a facial.
Yeah. I want a facial. But you know, when your hair's up, people, you can see all the dry skin, and it's just not nice. And skin is skin, so moisturize it all, says the woman who doesn't moisturize her body every day after her shower. But I always moisturize my ears. So that's it. So it's nice upward movements, and depending on the time you have, you can be as slow as you want and really enjoy that, or you can go quickly, depends on your time. Now, coming down to the neck. The neck's an interesting one. I think throat creams are less expensive than high-end moisturisers, so I would go for a throat cream. If you don't want to spend money on a throat cream, this is excellent.
But we have a really good video on throat creams.
We do. There is a video on throat creams, and we've covered great ones, so we'll link it for you. But this is a lovely one.
I love this.
Yeah, it's really good. It's so nice. La Roche-Posay, the Lipikar balm. It's beautiful. Now, this is so
But it's
rich.
not a throat cream, it's a body cream.
It's body and face. So this one here is formulated, if you don't want to spend a lot of money on a moisturiser, this is an excellent product, throat, face, everywhere.
It is lovely, it really is.
But just look at this. Turn your hand around, that's it.
Sorry.
Look at this beautiful rich cream. Isn't that
lovely.
just so lovely?
It is
I love it.
beautiful.
And look how thick that is. It's like whipped double cream. Love it. So with this one, again, I would start putting it all around my décolleté, up the throat, around the back, so my hair would be tied up, so I can do the back of the neck, and just give yourself a nice massage. Again, you can bring this upwards, bring it up.
It is a
It's
really
so
lovely cream.
And then you can start, believe it or not, to start bringing it down, because you have lymph nodes there too.
I always go up.
Yeah, and this is the interesting thing about when people talk about direction of the moisturiser or the eye cream. As long as you know where the lymph nodes are, it doesn't always have to be upward movements. Upward's lovely because it just feels very lifting and lovely. But sometimes once you come up, it's a really good idea just to bring that down into the lymph nodes. So you've got the drainage going both ways.
It's true, when you massage this area, it's a lovely
really
feeling,
releases.
Because you don't realise how much stress is.
We hold a lot of stress
Yeah.
here. This is a big muscle. This is the pectoralis major and minor
There she
here.
goes with the long words.
So they are quite big muscles, and we do hold a lot of tension. Again, during a facial, you will notice that your therapist will use her knuckles and she'll work across
Love that.
to loosen that up, and it's just the most wonderful feeling. and then she'll bring her knuckles up at the side. Oh, it's just so
Personally, I think Teresa should have demonstrated this on me.
Yeah,
I could have had all the massage.
The next time I'll do it on you, darling. So that's it. So never ever be afraid about giving yourself a good massage with your products, because I think personally we need that. We need to stimulate the lymph, stimulate the blood flow to your skin, get it all going, because once you stimulate the blood flow, you bring with it all the nutrients in the blood and the oxygen,
yes,
and the white blood cells. If there's any impurities there, the white blood cells will get them and carry them off through the lymphatic system. So your skin is not as delicate as you think.
Also, invest in your body. You only get one.
Yeah.
And then you won't have to worry about the injectables.
Yeah, we won't have to worry about that at all. But just enjoy it. And as long as your skin, as long as you are supporting the skin, you can actually do anything you want with it. As long as you are totally supporting it, you can pull out the sidelines because you're supporting.
I don't do that. I must do that.
Oh, that is lovely.
I think, can we just stay like that?
Yeah, that is such a lovely way. If you just support and pull, it's so lovely. It's such a nice
feeling. When I come in next week, I'll be like this, without supporting.
But ladies, just enjoy your moisturising, because to be honest, there is no wrong way of doing it. It depends on how you feel comfortable and what you want to do.
Well, that is really good to know, because
yeah,
everyone knows that they're not doing it incorrectly.
Yeah, because if you go to Korea or Japan or China or Germany or France, they're all doing it differently. And trust me, there's more than one way to wash dishes, and there's more than one way to apply your moisturiser. So before any of you get into little heated debates in a coffee shop,
well, we can overhear you.
Trust me, just do what's comfortable for you.
Now you're going to put some makeup on.
No,
we're going out. She doesn't want to wear makeup.
Not. Do you know what? I'm going to get an early night, darling. My face has now been cleansed, toned, and I'm all greased up. I'm off to bed, and in the morning I'll be glowing.
So it's a Deliveroo then?
Yeah, we'll get a Deliveroo.
Okay.
Get my pyjamas on.
Please remember to share us with your friends and family,
and please remember to subscribe and ring that bell. And if you have any comments about how you do your moisturising, whether it's the Korean way or the European way, actually I'd be really, really interested to read them. Until the next time, take care, stay moisturised, see you soon. Bye bye.